Alright, well, just doing some highlights of the reseal of the valley of this engine. As you can see, we have a mess on the belt. There's oil and coolant leaking out. The whole front of the engine is dirty. So first we have to remove this plastic intake manifold, and you think you're home free. This is about an hour and a half into the job, and nope, this high pressure fuel line is trapping the intake manifold down. So we have to crack these two nuts loose, take that pipe off, and hopefully get this intake manifold off. It looks like it's accessible, but it's not. Well, next morning I get to the Audi and there's a huge puddle of coolant because the valley overnight filled up all on its own, and we have a huge mess. So I'm going to rig up the shop vac with a big catch can, just a 5-gallon bucket, and try to suck all this junk out of here so we can take off the EGR cooler, and then, well, then we might add a little bit of coolant to see where it's leaking from and replace all the seals, all the plastic bits in there. So let's try this. Alright, let's see how this works. That's pretty efficient. There's a lot of coolant there, probably a whole gallon. I also want to clean out all the carbon chunks out of these ports so we don't get any solids So got the oil cooler bolts out and this little plastic coolant pipe thing. So when you lift it up, you have massive floodage again, so you need more vacuum. Works remarkably well. I sucked all the coolant and the oil out. Get all the junk out. And now we have to take this plate off. There's another gasket. You see this rubber gasket is basically shot. It's compressed, so everything's just leaking. So let's install some new gaskets on this oil cooler housing plate. You can see the old gaskets are completely compressed, and that's where I think it was leaking from. So we have a big gasket on this side and also on the other side. So let's try to gently pick this one out. Oh man, it's stuck in there. So that's the old one. And this is our new one. You can see the thickness difference. like at least a millimeter. So we're replacing the right gaskets. Also, this one here, little ring, needs to come out. Oh man, it's toast. And this is the new one. There's only one way you can go. It has little locator tabs on there. That's good. This one goes like so. Oh, it's so satisfying. Put in new gaskets that are nice and pliable. That's this side. Let's do this side here. Now, where do we begin? That one's toast. Sweet. Okay, perfect. So this is ready to install. And then we're going to have to deal with the little coolant valve. So the hose needs to be transferred, and this O-ring. For some reason the kit did not come with a new O-ring, which is unfortunate. Dang it, that O-ring is leaking. The one I had to reuse for the EGR valve to plastic housing. Well, so I'm not going to go further with reassembly until we get that O-ring from the dealer. Dang it. And then we have to put everything else back together, get more coolant. 1.5 gallons was not enough. I already put in 1.5 gallons just to get it up to this level. And we're going to have to take the EGR valve off again, vacuum out the coolant again, just to replace that O-ring. So unfortunately the customer did not provide all the gaskets, and it's not the customer's fault. It's just a lot of little weird O-rings and stuff, and I don't know why they wouldn't include that in the master kit, because that's kind of important. So the Audi dealer here is very helpful. They had these O-rings in stock. They're only like $1 a piece, so I ordered 2. This is what we need for this little flange that fits into the EGR cooler. Oh man, that's sweet. So let me reinstall the EGR cooler. Oh, there's more coolant down there. Let me vacuum that out. And oh man, hopefully we can get this car buttoned up. Alright, wrapping up the final steps here on the Audi diesel. Everything's buttoned up. I have no bolts left over. That's a good thing. Everything went pretty smoothly with that new O-ring. We got a brand new serpentine belt because the old one was soaked in oil. And now it's filled with coolant. I'm just hoping it doesn't leak anymore. We're going to change the engine oil. It takes 8 quarts of Audi fancy stuff, 0W30, 50700 spec. Brand new OEM filter installed. This car only gets OEM parts. I don't care that it costs hundreds of dollars at the Audi dealership. The owner, you know, if you drive a car like this, expect to pay the premium price for parts and repairs. That's just a given. I'm not even going to ask the owner, like, do you want an aftermarket filter? Do you want Mobil 1 oil? Like, no, I'm going right to the dealer, buying everything in one place, and charging full price, absolutely. So let's drain the oil out. It's not as easy as you think, and then we'll take this car on a test drive. Alright, to drain the engine oil, this shield is in the way, and if you just loosen the drain plug, you're going to make a giant mess of 8 quarts of black sludge. So I'm going to try to use this cutout with a funnel that goes into the pan. Let's see how this works. And remember, we can't drain all the oil at once. Alright, here we go. Nice and controlled. Hopefully this won't slip out. I'm going to put the camera down, and we'll probably have to put the drain plug back in and do two of these tubs here. Alright, she's all back together. We got 8 quarts of fancy Audi oil in the engine, and that's it. Let's just fire it up, check for leaks. I gotta get this thing out of here. Fire in a hole, hopefully the fuel system primes. Hey, there we go. A little long crank time. Serve is due, we gotta reset that. Here, let's choose off-road mode, see if it lifts up on its own. Alright, it's happy in off-road mode. Let's go back to comfort. Yep, lowering the front, lowering the back. Boom, done. It's happy. Let's reset that service reminder, put on a new sticker, scan it for codes. Take it for a test drive, and then check the fluid levels, oil and coolant. Make sure, probably covered in diesel, so make sure it's all happy. Call the customer up, tell them to pick up his Audi, and I don't want to see it again for a while. So I took the Audi Q7 for a shakedown run last night. Seems to run great. Let's check the fluids, top anything off, and let the customer know this thing is done, ready to be shipped. Yep, that's right on the max. Perfect. Let's check the coolant. Yep, we're right in between minimum and maximum. Fine with that. I looked inside the valley with a borescope. It's nice and dry down there. That's good news. Brand new belt. This car should be ready to go. Alright, let's see how this baby accelerates. Oh, it's got that turbo pull. Drives like butter. I mean, you're floating on basically a pillow of air, which is nice. Nice and quiet. Plenty of torque. The owner said it averages about over 30 miles per gallon, which is impressive. And in 180,000 miles, if the only big problem is some leaky seals, that's not too bad. Compared to some other new cars, this is actually pretty solid. So almost no parts required, just a couple gaskets. We fixed the air suspension with disconnecting lines, deflating the shocks, and now it's working just perfect. We're in auto mode. I'll just keep it in comfort so it doesn't go up and down all the time. So, yeah, even fancy European cars can be doable. I mean, it was quite the project, but in the end, no more leaks. This thing has plenty of miles left in it. So, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.